Hey guys, my name is Victoria Hajar, or just Vicky. I'm running for president of Science Club, and I'm just going to give a little introduction about myself if you don't already know me. I'm sure most of you already do from around school. But some things that I do in school club wise, I do this club, pre med club, orchestra, and Middle Eastern club. So in orchestra, I play cello if you haven't been to like one of the concerts or been in choir. But sports wise, I do ski. I was the vice captain this past coming year on ski team, and I also previously did basketball and soccer. So you may even know me from there. But that's just a small introduction, and we're gonna head on to the rest of the video where I explain why I would be a good candidate for our president next year. So right next to me, I just have a few things that I would personally bring to the Science Club if voted on as president. So my first point is weekly updates reports on discoveries in the science world. So I think this is something Rasija did really well. And with like the research reports and the weekly science facts, I thought that was so fun. I personally did mine on the black hole picture that I would have never looked in on my own time if I didn't have this opportunity from the Science Club. Like, all I knew about it was that it was a meme a few years ago. So this definitely opened my eyes, and I think it's such a great opportunity that I'd love to implement in the club even more. So my next point is advice and connections to science internship programs. So actually this year I have applied and fortunately been admitted to many of these science internship programs that involve research of a bunch of different subjects. And I would love to introduce you guys to these programs because I find that Ursuline or just like people in general won't really talk about all these great programs that not only can you put on your resume, but also give you great experience that you can just talk about in any situation and help you in your science careers if that's what you want to do. So I would love to open you up to some great programs that you can apply to and help through the application process too, because it can be kind of challenging. So my next point is introduce new members to the club through on-campus experiments and lessons. So in past years of the Science Club, we had people doing experiments in class and talking about how things were working in these certain experiments. I'd love to bring that back since COVID is finally going away a little bit and we can have more opportunities to do these research things. And I think that this will also draw in new members too, because as someone who doesn't really participate in the science fair that heavily, I think it's really important to invite members who necessarily don't want to do the science fair into our club, because I see our club as a place where just people who like science will gather and learn more about it. So I don't want the science fair to be something that's intimidating and that is quote unquote necessary for people to do. So I would love to draw in new members to the club that way. My next point is fun science quizzes and research opportunities that have rewards. So, like Rasija did too, we had little quizzes that we did. It wasn't necessarily things that we knew a lot on. They were just super fun, and we kind of just used educated guesses to do that. So I would love to do Quizlet Lives or like Kahoots or stuff, because I think that's really fun. And we can also do research opportunity things. So we can research just like random things that we enjoy. And these could have prizes like gifts or food. Like I could bring in donuts or something like that. And I think that would also be something really fun to do during class. So my next point is organizing on-campus events, fundraisers, holidays, and fairs. So when I was making this point, I was thinking specifically of like Pi Day and Mole Day. And I think that's such a cute thing that I think if the Science Club organized, it would be so fun, and it would also advertise our club to more people. So I think that would be really fun. We could like do cute little things in class or even spread it to be a school-wide event. So fundraisers, I would love to do things like raising money for research programs. So whether it be like cancer research or like other things. Personally for me, I'd love to do something for Lyme research. I think that would be also super fun. We could teach people about the actual illness or whatever it is, and we can help raise money. So I think that's really cool. And in the next slide, I'm just going to name some things that I think I would bring to the Science Club if voted on as president. So in the slide next to me, it's just explaining why you should consider me for Science Club president. So my first 3 points actually kind of relate to each other. So experience with science, research pertaining to the medical field, connection to labs and facilities, and personal experience with science in general. So as many of you have probably seen, I wear big bulky knee braces, and that's because I've had chronic pain for a very long time now. Because of that, I've racked up a lot of experience with science, treatments, labs, doctors, everything really. I would love to share my experience on that, maybe even explain certain of the like experimental treatments I've undergone. So I'd love to share my stories with you, and also just open you guys up to these new things in the medical world that you probably don't even know about yet. So, next is enthusiasm for the subject. This also kind of relates to the last few points. It's because I just have such a personal connection to science because of my health record and just I've had chronic pain for probably like 9 years now. And because of that, I've just really like grown a love for what scientists and doctors do. And I feel like that's why I just have such a personal connection to the subject, really. And that also relates to the enthusiasm for the subject. So definitely, I was always able to relate what was going on in my health life to what was going on in class, whether it be biology or chemistry. And that really just made me excited to learn more about science in general. And I'd love to share that enthusiasm with you guys. So basically, when I say connections to labs and facilities, I have personally gotten experience with iGenics Lab actually, just going in, looking at stuff, kind of shadowing, if you could say, even say that. But I could definitely show you guys what goes on in a lab and what just like the research experience and all of that, because I think that's also really cool. So my last point is ambitious and outgoing personality. If you already know me, you know I'm pretty loud and I'm not scared to voice my opinions. So I feel like my past leadership experience in orchestra jobs that I've had and ski team, my leadership experience and my outgoing personality, I feel like will pair well to be president of Science Club. Now that we're done with all of that, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who actually sat through all of this. This was pretty long, and I just want to say thank you for listening to my whole spiel. But I just want to say I really hope you consider me for your Science Club president. And here we have Bill Nye. He's cheering me on. Come on. So, thank you again. Bye.